Well, Jerry, it's been a long, long night. What's up, buddy?
Here's what I'm going to say, though. Happy Victory Friday to you, Coops and Christian Conquerors.
Went out there and did work. That's how you do it. You know why?
Woo!
Because you're conquerors.
Man, more than conquerors, even some might say.
Bro, we're so tired.
What a.
Bro, here's my thing.
Oh, the Blake wouldn't help do nothing?
Not only
Oh,
that,
okay.
but here's my issue. Is there a class for people that run the clocks at schools?
No,
There's not. Shouldn't there be?
it's an official.
Is there a class for them?
It's supposed to be.
I ain't trying to hate on you, but I do think by far it's probably the worst clock operator we've ever had in the history of calling these ball games.
What's up, Sam Purvis? Good morning to you. Well, at least it felt like that, but okay, we had like
Ugh,
38 penalties, an
horrible,
ejection.
horrible. This dude tried to drop kick our dude's head.
Man.
It was fantastic, but
they
the
were-
officials did great. I mean,
Oh,
I'm
no,
not.
saying official. No,
Yeah.
They handled everything.
Yeah.
No. Not saying it was poor officiating. We were just stuck up in the bleachers. I tell you, hanging out with the kids though,
That was fun.
man, it was fun
It was
hanging
fun.
out with
Very uncomfortable,
future stars.
but fun. You were thrown a curveball. You handled it well. I did not. I was running the camera and doing the YOLO, trying to make
Yeah.
the scroll, making sure we're on YouTube. You were trying to do everything else, and then also corral kids, and they loved it though, didn't they?
Man, it's worth it.
Little fellas come up here, just put headsets on
Just
and
do it,
whatever.
man.
It's so
And you know
fun.
what? We encouraged it.
Oh man,
Man, we love them kids. Jet Helm. The favorite thing was when first grader I asked Braxton, "Who's your favorite baseball player?" Jet said,
he did.
"Jet Helm."
He did.
It was so good.
Hey, how about when Jet tried to start? He called a play. He got excited. He just out of nowhere
Yep.
started talking about it. It was awesome.
I think he thought he was talking to Coach A. He was
Yeah.
talking to a lyric.
Okay.
Then right after that, we scored. So I think Jet called the touchdown
He
play.
he had a Bluetooth in.
He did.
Bluetooth.
Hey, Coach A.
First thing he says, "You're tight. Your pants are too tight." That dude, we got to get him and Teddy in the studio
A pan off.
to do the.
Wait.
I got my tight pants.
Pants on.
Got my tight pants on. But it was fun to
Seriously,
see those
though,
guys
the,
win.
the team competed.
Oh man.
My favorite play of the night is two. Rex Dodd went crazy on somebody.
Dude.
Just thinking Rex Dodd. Then Zayden Franklin body slammed this kid.
Did.
Just
All right. Well, you ready to talk about this, man?
which one?
This is something that, well, I mean, just kind of what we jumped on here to
Oh,
do,
yeah.
man,
Well, we
today.
got a big giveaway. I didn't know that's where you were going.
Oh, hey, you know what? Let's rock that out.
Yeah. So we talked about, man, and there was hundreds of people. Thank you so much for messaging us and reaching out. Hundreds of people wanted to. First of all, they all said Joey Statham for mayor.
They did.
Joey Statham for mayor. Joey Statham for mayor. So we partnered with Joey Statham to give away 2 University of Alabama. It is about the kids, Coach Short.
That's a fact.
It's
It's a fact.
supposed to be anyway. All right, supposed to be about the kids. And a couple of those kids could take our jobs. We found out.
Man.
They were so good.
Hey, if you pair Jed and Braxton together, we're done. We're
They're
done.
going straight to ESPN. They're doing Monday Night Football.
We need to do a Kapow Junior edition and let them just come in and call a game on our
We
sub
set it
Kapow
up,
sub
yeah.
network,
Yeah,
and they just call the games.
that'd be so awesome. They get
Yeah.
way more ratings than us.
That's a fact.
But so we convinced Joey Statham to give away his Alabama tickets this Saturday in a contest. Joey he's about the people, man. Loves to give. He can't make the game, so he didn't want tickets to go to waste. We're giving them away. We went through hundreds and hundreds of people who said they wanted these tickets. They all said Joey Statham for mayor. And so we just did that randomizer that Jeff, his hands ain't working good because he had to put it all in the randomizer. And the person's name that came up, I said no.
To be fair, this guy has been a long time, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Been a long time listener and
Yeah.
viewer of all things Kapow from
Every
GAD days to now.
Every day.
So yeah. So
Drum roll, please, Jeff. I'm gonna let you announce it.
oh, I'm doing it,
You're,
ladies and gentlemen. The winner of the Alabama football tickets, 2 tickets for tomorrow. Ray Freeman. Ray Freeman of the city of Gadsden, the man with the plan, Ray Freeman. And matter of fact, he is a huge Alabama
Huge Bama.
fan. He's what you would call a Bammer.
Bam.
Those tickets will be emailed to you today. Just be looking for from an email from Joey Statham, the future mayor, as Hundred said last night during the ball game of Southside. Thank you, Mayor, our future mayor, Joey Statham, and for always supporting Capal listeners and the citizens of Southside.
So happy for him.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So fun, fun, fun. We'll be having a picture released with Ray and his Alabama gear and his. I get. Do you print those tickets off, or is it on your phone digitally?
It's
on your phone.
Yeah.
So what? Have him hold his phone up or some kind of stuff like that. So, Jerry, there's a lot of strong opinions on this subject that we're getting ready to talk about, and a lot of these people, Coach Short, probably one of the smartest guys out there.
I'm glad he's
right?
on. He understands what we're about to talk about probably more than most. So very excited to get it on. I'm gonna let you lead us into it, though.
Well,
As I'm drinking this drink that I
the,
don't want to drink.
the Alabama High School Athletic Association and several legislators, many legislators, and now Governor Ivey has jumped in the mix about the school vouchers.
Ray Freeman just jumped on. I don't think he heard any of that.
Oh, Ray, you got to go back and listen, buddy. We already did the drum roll and everything. Congratulations,
You win,
big guy.
Congratulations.
My man. There's just a lot of stuff happening with this Choose Act and school vouchers for family. And so basically the breakdown is the students switching schools with vouchers must sit out of athletics for 1 year, the way the rule is written already, by the association. And now Governor Ivey and Speaker is it Ledbetter say that this undermines the law's purpose. And what happens to kids that right now they can't go to these schools, right? They can't afford to make the move or legitimate moves or those types of things, or afford to pay for private school tuition, that they're losing the opportunity for scholarships, future scholarships. Say a kid's an 11th grader,
right,
and he wants to go and have a better opportunity for his future. And he's also losing that competitive edge. He's not able to get, or she's not able to get on the field or the court and play. And then it also messes up your bonding relationship with these guys and girls that you're trying to come in and build camaraderie with for your next season to play together. There is a lot of stuff going into this.
Yeah, and we're just really now diving into it personally, reading, the whole act, and we understand the rules, being in media, sports media for all these years. So we understand the rules. So the way my understanding is, and I'm trying to find it. So the argument is put out by the Alabama Policy Institute.
Okay.
They put out a statement arguing that the vouchers are tax credits controlled by the families, not incentives offered by the school or schools.
Right.
So, trying to read all these.
Yeah, I'm keeping up with them while you're reading that, and I'm going to read Shane's in a minute because that's a valid.
So what they're saying is, and apparently it is written in the actual Choose Act. Who broke this out was Lieutenant Governor Will Ainsworth.
Boy, he's taking some heat, isn't he?
He is, but
he can hold his own, man.
No question.
He's a dude.
Absolutely, he can. That it's specifically written in the Act in lines 162 through 165 in the Acts 2024-21. It clearly states the Choose Act will not impact eligibility of student athletes.
That's in the Act.
It's in the Act.
That's a law, right?
Correct.
Set forth by the legislation of the state of Alabama.
I'm sorry, Ledbetter goes on to say, that's the Republican out of Rainsville, by the way.
Yeah.
He says that for the Alabama High School Athletic Association's leadership to take such a drastic action just as football season begins tells me they are not concerned with the best interest of all student athletes. That is a direct quote by Speaker of the House, Ledbetter.
Well, what I think it does, now this is just a personal opinion, and we could dive into it later and look at some other things, but seniors miss their final season. But here's my issue. Families are being punished for exercising a law, school choice, right? These families, and it's basically put education back in the hands of the families, of the parents. You can choose where your kid goes to school, and we're going to take the tax dollars that you're giving us and allot it towards the your kid's school.
This last comment by Andrea Helms, again, brilliant. I mean, she's a brilliant
Yeah,
an
very smart lady.
attorney. Read that,
Let
Jeff.
me get there real quick.
It's the last one I see. And
Gotcha.
this never crossed my
I
mind
see it.
actually. So go ahead.
Andrea said, and by the way, thank you for being so hospitable.
You're awesome.
You're a great lady. Said, good morning. If we're going to interpret it as a financial aid, we also have to interpret free and reduced lunch as financial aid. Wow. And according to that standard, a child who is transferred from one public school to another school that receives free or reduced lunch should have to sit out a year as well if they want to interpret it that way. And I can see that.
Wow, I never even considered that
I
angle.
can see that. But the Alabama High School Athletic Association is the governing body that all the schools have chose to let govern athletics.
Correct. They pay for that.
Yeah.
You have to pay to be in the association,
Which,
and they're targeting private schools, right?
let us pay you to tell us what we can do.
Yeah.
Let's
So
go back to Shane Carson. Is it Carson?
I don't know.
I'm ready for my son to be eligible. He's 5'11", 216 pounds, sitting on the sideline during varsity games.
Wow.
That's tough, man.
I don't know this. Do I know this guy?
I don't know. Andres goes on to say, so not only are we targeting private schools here, it can hurt public schools as well. We are also targeting the entire socioeconomic class, and I agree with that.
100%.
And that's what we have in our notes here to talk about here in a little. Say our notes, but we don't do a ton of show prep around here. But
Sadly.
that's one thing and talk about that. And talk about and that's what I talked to you about off air right before we went on. You're punishing people that cannot afford.
Correct. You know,
Now they can.
there's some areas in the state that are poverty areas, right? Let's be fair. There's poverty areas,
Sure.
and just because that's where you are, and you can't afford to get out and go to these other cities, and you can't afford to live in these other cities, I think this was really just as much, probably more about the educational aspect of it than athletic.
Shane said they go to Etowah, but they live in Gadsden.
Okay.
And boy, our buddy needs you on that sideline.
Shane, they need that kid playing.
We love the Blue Devils, man.
Yeah,
with all our heart.
So
Absolutely.
again, Jeff and I are not here today to render opinions on
No.
this.
Well, we give our opinion.
I'm not really giving an opinion today.
Shoot, what's that stopped you?
No, because
It's gonna listen, folks. It's coming out.
I know I want to be. I want to know a little bit deeper.
This is not
I want
Monday.
to understand it.
That starts Monday.
No, that was like today.
Today.
Yeah. Yesterday when I said tomorrow, it was today.
Oh yeah, because we came in at midnight. Okay,
correct.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So, new Jerry.
New Jerry.
So
New Coke.
I want to be sure that
I need you to go back to
I
Coke
understand both sides of this, and it looks like a very unfair rule to me. But I want to see people like Coach Short, who, if he's smart, he jumps off this and doesn't put a comment.
Hey, that brother's gonna comment. He should. And we go back. I think he did. I'll go back and look
I
at it.
doubt it.
So let me get this right for people that are going to jump on and watch later on. The Alabama High School Athletic Association is a private governing body.
Correct.
With a ton of control over high school athletics, with all control over high school and junior high, middle school, whatever athletics. And now, finally, state leaders are legally challenging their authority. So let me ask you this question, because you know a lot about this. The Alabama High School Athletic Association has been taken to court more times than we can count.
Yes.
Have they ever lost a suit that has been filed against them?
From my understanding, I think it was maybe 31 years ago.
The last time
that's my understanding, but we can, again, we're not privy to every lawsuit
No,
that comes in,
no.
and we don't know how many. Is Miss Deanna Flanagan watching? Miss you, girl.
We didn't see her last
didn't see
night.
her.
Yeah, I didn't. It was packed last night, so we were.
I'm sure there's a ton of cases that there's a deal made, there's some concessions made, and the lawsuit gets thrown out, right? So I can't speak to that, but judges do
and then
not
a ton
rule,
of NDAs.
Judges do not rule against the association.
Well, let me ask you this question, because Jerry White you've been in high school athletics for 25. is it 26 years this
No,
year?
25.
25 years.
I took one off in coach football.
That's right. You
Yeah,
went to Asheville.
with Mark.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
We had a lot of fun.
Who really decides what's fair in high school athletics?
Well, there's a commission. There is a committee of 32, the executive board, and I wish Steve Smith was on today because he's
He's
on the
actually
board.
teaching school today.
He's on the board District 6.
Mm-hmm.
He's not on the 32 executive board, but he's on the local board here, so he can give us more insight as far as who's really leading this charge or who makes these decisions. And my understanding, there's
Sure.
coaches and principals also can put out can challenge different rules, and it's all voted upon by the representatives like Steve
Okay.
Smith and the executive board.
Okay.
So every year you can challenge something. Like there's a rule that Steve talked about that he didn't like. He didn't think was good for
True.
football. I don't remember what that was, but
Right, he did.
it's something that they're going to talk about.
They actually there were contradictory
Correct.
rules that he questioned.
Exactly right. And again, he has way more insight on this than me. Also, according to the rules, it does not affect first-time seventh grade enrollees.
Okay.
But if you hold your kid back, it does.
Sure.
So,
See.
I guess. Oh,
we're praying for you, Deanna. She has COVID.
What?
Sorry to hear that. My gosh.
I feel bad for the COVID. Deanna's a fighter.
She would kick that COVID's tail.
That's what I'm saying. We miss you, girl. It does not apply to students who are enrolled for more than 1 year. And the association says, we welcome thoughtful dialogue through appropriate channels and remain committed to preserving the integrity of high school. Sorry, guys, somebody else messaged me. High school athletics.
All right, so here's this. So the Alabama High School Athletic Association, that is a mouthful. Even if you say AHSAA, it's easier to say the whole name. They argue, here's their argument, that their rule prevents, quote, sports recruiting and unfair stacking of teams. What say Jerry on that?
Look, it's about recruiting. And give me the definition of recruiting, right? So if a coach,
it's a dirty word right now, right?
But I don't think it should be, because what's the difference in recruiting and promoting?
Right.
So let's go to college, right? Let's go to Eugene, Oregon. Let's talk about the Oregon Ducks, right? They have that Nike money. That's where the home is, where it's from. That's where they donate all that money. So Oregon has probably the best social media videos out there. They have 10, 15 different jerseys, 10, 15 different helmets. They do all a great job marketing everything there is. We have the best of everything.
Sure.
Our facilities, the weight room, the nutrition. We have all that stuff. Of course, it is legal to do that there, right? It's legal to recruit in college. That's what you do. But so what's the difference in the high school in Georgia that just got that $62 million facility?
Right.
Is that recruiting or is it promoting? Let's talk Westbrook for a second, right? Local Christian school.
Right.
Top notch everything, right? The facilities are amazing. So because they have all the nice facilities and their kids dress well and the best of best, not just football, every program over there has the top notch everything, as it should. Is that considered recruiting because a kid sees that and wants to go there? Is that considered recruiting or promoting?
Okay, let me ask. Okay, here's a question. Yeah. All right, let's take that route for a minute.
Okay.
So, private schools, we've had people talk to us over the years and talk about their donors. They have private donors that are given to booster clubs and those types of things. And we remember back in the day when Coach DeLorenzo went to Gadsden High School. Okay, there was a lot of hullabaloo or whatever you call it about certain monies given to the touchdown club or whatever it was to bring him in to pay an extra this or an extra that. And he was worth every penny of it because the guy can coach his face off, right? Yeah. Coach D was the man, and we used to make fun of the car that he had and all that kind of stuff to him. And
I used to make fun of his vest.
Right. He had a lot of those. And I think he set the trend, probably. Yeah. Coach D is the man. But how fair is it that you have – hear me out real quick because it's going to be a long stretch for a minute, but I want you to hear me. somebody like Westbrook or somebody like Madison Academy that has all
Sure.
the money in the world, right? And they can throw all this money to their sports programs to get the best coaches, the best strength and conditioning, the best weight room, the best nutrition, all of these things. But you have to be able to afford $13,000 to $21,000 a year to go to these private schools, and they have the best, right?
Mhm.
Um, but you also can outprice the School Choice Act. We know for a fact you can't use the school choice and pay for all of your tuition to go to Westbrook. You can't do it to pay to go to Madison Academy, but you can use it to pay to go to Coosa Christian.
Sure.
Okay,
Different schools have different.
right. And
Pri-
this not about these three schools,
Correct.
but
Yeah, I said
but
different schools have different price points to get in and go to school.
but then you've got kids. Say for instance, if Litchfield was still a high school, or they're a middle school now, right? So you got kids that live over there in East Gadsden. Um, they're a half a block from one of the nicest areas in Etowah County where I live, and it's not because they're they could literally walk out. Somebody could walk out of their driveway, walk across the bridge into Tillotson Bend,
Sure.
and be in the Glencoe or Hoax Bluff school district,
Right.
or go wherever they want to,
Right.
because they're in the county.
Yeah.
Should these children, and somebody posed this question, should these children be penalized because they are in impoverished situations? But on the other hand, should people that work hard, that have made some financial decisions that have helped them, or have inherited some money
Sure.
from whatever, should the kids that don't have be punished, and should the kids that do have be punished?
Well, here's always been my fault on the whole thing. I think Coach Short said he'd love to come on and talk about this issue. That's
Done.
amazing.
Done.
Absolutely amazing. He's one of the most intelligent dudes I know.
I love what Brant said.
Go ahead and read that.
He says, I think people should be able to play, or it could be Jessica, I don't know, to play where they want to play, but I would hate to see transfers every year. Agree that. I agree. I understand that. And how do you govern that? So that's a fair statement.
It is. It is. And since it's a very intelligent statement, I'm going to assume it came from Jessica.
Brad, that's a statistician, right?
You be doing it.
Yeah.
You be doing it. Okay, here's the thing. The principal does not have to allow your kid in.
It is literally up to admin.
Correct.
100%.
Correct.
All the time, unless they're overridden by their boss.
The superintendent or the board can make something happen.
Mhm.
So there's some oversights. I don't think anybody wants a kid that's going to jump this year, next year, and the next year. Right?
No,
it's about getting in, building a program. And I think we're looking at this too much, maybe from the athletic side. But my point has always been,
it was Brant.
we knew, Brent.
You sent it to her, and she edited it before
Look at me,
you
I'm
sent
so
it.
smart.
Yeah, look at me.
Statistics. It's always about the kids, right? If we're taking the approach, and I think the association should take the approach, and I think the principals, they obviously are on the ground, right? They understand,
Sure.
they know these kids, right?
They do home visits to make sure they live in the district.
Exactly right. So if every decision is based on what's best for the kids, that's the way we should roll. But adults get in the way. And the sport of football, in and of itself, is always going to be very competitive.
That brings in the most money.
It does.
Yeah.
No, and you got to have money to do all these other things. These non-revenue sports get money from football.
Sure. Right.
And everyone wants to win, right? There's community pride. You don't think Etowah wants to win? You don't think Atala wants to win for Etowah?
Absolutely.
And the city of Atala always does a great job, Larry, means supporting the programs, supporting not
always
just,
on the sideline,
but not just football.
Everything.
Let those elementary school kids need something. Uncle Larry.
City of Tala's taking care of it.
Yeah,
that's true. That is how they do it. Yeah.
And all those cities are like that. So my question is, what's best for the kids?
For the children.
For
That's
the kids.
that's my argument. So people are watching this. Here's the deal. People are watching this all over the country. This could literally set legal precedent for not just the whole state, but the entire country. They'll be able to cite this and say you know this is what. Tell me and there's far better minds on this than you or I.
That's fact.
But why are they sitting around? Is it because they don't want one school to be stacked and have more ability over another?
You can't tell me that there's not political gains going on, right? And
Yeah,
political power and favors and manipulation. It's
yeah.
always been that way. It always will be that way.
But
Well,
here's
it's the second most powerful entity in the state of Alabama is the Athletic High School Association.
it's the border. Yeah, that's true. It's
Yeah.
100. It's a border situation. And Steve Smith, Coach Smith, is a very smart man. And here's what he said yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, on our show. He made a statement about sacks. He
Hmm.
talked about sacks back in the day. They were a high-powered 5A school. Nobody wanted to play sacks. They had all the people that they could possibly handle because Fort McClellan was there. All these people lived there, and Fort McClellan was in the SAC school district. And then they went to a 4A, and then the base closed, and then now this school it has been
It
decimated.
has.
We have been over to play baseball, we've been over to play football, and it's been decimated. The money's not there like it used to be. The facilities are just falling, and I'm telling you, we played baseball there 2 years ago. It is just a tragic last year tragedy. Um, these kids can't go to Oxford. These kids can't go down to Alexandria.
Yeah.
Um, so why are they being punished and not being able to be showcased because of their boundaries?
True.
It's education.
Supposed to be. Interesting fact. How many applications do you think were sent in for Alabama students or the family sent that in when the program opened up in July?
For the school choice
Yeah. How many people
in the
in
state.
the state? How many people would you guess
You would think it would
applied?
be a high number, but I think 20,000.
37,000 students signed up and only 14,000 received
My God.
because there was only that much money
Right.
allotted, for to make this happen. 37,000 families wanted to get their kids better education or be in a better athletic program or
Okay.
be in a better school system. We can take it however you want to take it.
Hmm.
Not all school systems are created equal.
Okay. So say I'm gonna throw this on you.
Yeah.
Um, you guys do well. Your kids are grown and gone. You guys are empty nesters.
Still on payroll.
You have two beautiful children and a future daughter-in-law that is
Yeah.
just awesome people,
Yeah.
and they're good. They're good people. Used to be they were my Uncle Jeff. They're my little niece and nephew,
Yeah.
but now they're my buddies.
Yeah, man.
And but say for instance they're still at home,
Sure.
okay, and say for instance you had an issue financially and you weren't able to put them in the school that you wanted to. You've always wanted them to go to Westbrook. You've always wanted them to be in a private school,
Sure.
and you couldn't afford it at that point.
Mhm.
God bless you. You worked hard. You and Kelly did what you had to do, save the money, and you said, you know what? We're able this year to put you in Westbrook. But you
Yeah.
live in Rainbow City, okay?
I do.
But say you lived in Gadsden.
Yeah.
You guys worked hard, saved the money. We're going to put you in Westbrook now because we can afford it and we can get you a Christian education. And Bailey wanted to play basketball, and now all of a sudden Bailey has to sit a year. He's a junior, and you've worked so hard to financially support it and pay for it, and now Bailey can't play basketball.
It's tough.
And tell me how that's fair.
Yeah, I don't think fair has anything to do with it. It never does. It
Should
never does.
shouldn't it?
100% it should. But look, I did the opposite role. We lived here in Rainbow City, and we sent our kids to Etowah.
That's a fact.
I wanted them to be in that school system
That's
with
right.
people I know, people I trust. No
Right.
disrespect to anybody here, but that's where I wanted them. That's where I was most comfortable. And Coach Short makes a good point. There's
That's a
just
fact.
as much recruiting going on in public schools as private schools.
That's 100%.
100%.
He ought to know. He knows
Yeah,
about
he's
this.
been
He
around it
knows
for a
it.
long time. And this last comment by Andre is so sad when we live in a society so worldly that now the taboo thing is wanting your children to have a Christian education
Yeah.
and participate in athletics in that institution.
Yeah. And then you get these stupid comments from these low lives that are just so miserable with themselves. You're supposed to be Christians.
I
Well, you
hate
know what? I
that.
wanted my kid to have a Christian education.
Yeah.
I worked hard and paid for it. I worked
Sure.
4 jobs. Jerry and I worked 3 jobs apiece. We're trying to do everything we can do to put our kids. Fortunately Jerry's are gone, grown. I have one left, And I tried to beg him to go to a Christian school. I begged him to go to a Christian.
Hey, let's be fair. Haley ain't never moving out.
She is moving
She
out.
ain't moving out
Haley, you moving out
ever.
next week.
She ain't
Pack them
never moving out.
bags.
As long as you got food in that fridge, she ain't leaving.
That's a fact. Well, as long as Uncle Jerry keeps feeding her too.
That's true. Wednesday night, I got you, girl.
That's right. So the Alabama are the Alabama athletes being punished for school choice? Or are they being punished for it?
It seems that way. It seems like cut and dry. If you choose to go to this school, first of all, if the private school allows you to come,
Right.
right, you have to. It's not you're just here, right?
I agree with that too, Brent.
What is that?
He says recruiting should be legal for private schools. That way we have competitive balance.
Mm.
I I don't disagree with that.
Look, time is not on the side of this bill.
No.
Football season is week 3.
Yeah, no, it's not.
And I think one thing the association has what I've seen they've always used to their advantage is they put these court cases off, they delay them, so their ruling kind of stands. And say after the season, after the Super 7 championships, then it goes to court. Then okay, your kid's eligible. Well, the season's over. What are you gonna do? It's a political game, and Heath Harmon is leading that train. Um, I'm very interested to see, with everything that's going on with the past couple of years with Coosa Christian. Obviously, we have some insight. Um, and this
Boy,
this ain't got nothing to do with Coosa Christian.
No, golly, it's just far bigger than Coosa Christian.
They're going over and above everything that is required, and
Dude,
and then some.
And even sitting kids that
could potentially.
I mean, it's crazy.
Let me ask this question. So, if a kid applied for it, did not use it, is he still ineligible? If there's a gray area in any of the association rules, trust me, you do not play that kid.
No,
you don't. Yeah, because it'll get you. Their interpretation is what they say their interpretation is.
Okay, here. Okay, let's look at this. Why is it always Alabama high school athletics? Say, for instance, you got a kid that is incredible in theater. Like they're actor, they can sing, they're talented beyond belief. They have a photographic memory. They can memorize scripts unbelievably. But they're in a school. Now, please don't hate me. I went to Donahue. I grew up in East Gadsden. I went to Corey, Litchfield. That's my school district at that point. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know, you know what I mean? I'm at Donahue, and they don't have an arts program. So they may, but they didn't when I was there. Mr. Gaston came to my parents and said, "Hey, Bob, Sandra, Jeff is incredible at memorizing stuff. He can
rap lyrics.
I mean, dude, he is memorizing Sugar Hill Gang like a mug, And he says, but Corey doesn't have an arts program, but they do over at Southside.
Yeah.
And you may want to consider getting him into Rainbow Middle so he can go to Southside. And they just couldn't afford it. I had to hit the bus. They couldn't drive me over here. My dad's a car guy. My mom's working at the courthouse selling real estate. They couldn't get me over here. So for years, they tried to figure out and save to get me transportation over here. Finally, when I reached school age, they were able to get me over here to Southside to go. But it was in my 11th grade year. And I had an opportunity maybe to go to a school of arts or something like that, get a scholarship, but I wasn't able to be showcased because I wasn't in any performances or anything. Why are they allowed? Why was I allowed to be able to go to Southside and act my final year and hypothetically, and these people look at me at these different plays and go, man, this is awesome. You're going to get a full ride to the Birmingham School of Arts or whatever. Why are these athletes being penalized, but people in band are not being penalized?
Why? Because I don't guess there is a state championship. It's no government regulated, or there's no association regulated.
No, there's not. But that's my whole point. Yeah. Your son went and played in the Marching Southerners, which is a huge achievement in the state of Alabama, one of the top performing marching bands in the entire country, really. And he wasn't penalized.
No.
These kids are not being penalized. These kids are getting partial scholarships to do this and that and the other. But why is it only athletics? Why can the school systems, if we have a state board of education, why can't they govern themselves?
It's a great question.
Why do you need an outside governing body? You made the statement. Money.
Money.
Hmm.
It's just kids, man.
Danny Starnes says, I doubt very little transfers will have to do with athletes, academics, facilities will be the driving force to any smart parent.
I agree with that, Danny. I agree with that. There will be some, because who doesn't want their kids to play on a high level, very competitive football program or baseball program or basketball program? Who doesn't want that for their kid? Especially if their kid is a young kid, you want them developed in a big system, right? That you know is doing it the right way. Or a kid who loses a coach,
Hmm.
and now the coach,
That's very good.
um,
I like that.
yeah, and now they change the system, and it's a
My kid don't fit.
yes. Yeah, so say you have a high-powered passing quarterback,
Okay.
moves and Atala brought in Scott Peavy.
Okay.
Scott Peavy's offense is what Scott Peavy's offense is. It's power, it's
Power.
running. Right
Yeah.
now, it's the wing T, it's the ugly eagle, whatever you want to name those different things. Shout out Steve Smith. Whatever you want to do there, and now the quarterback's not getting to play, or all he's doing is handing the ball off and running it occasionally. And the strength of his game is a pure pocket passing quarterback.
Been taken away from him. Jerry,
I'm saying.
Jerry, why are you not in here arguing that? Has anybody brought that up? That's the first time I've heard of that.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
the first time I've ever heard anybody say anything like that.
And that's no disrespect to Coach Peavy's offense.
Andrea, we're going to go back and read your comments.
What'd you say?
We always read. She says, "Sorry guys, I've had my coffee and I'm wound up when it comes to these kids." Absolutely.
Yeah, she's an advocate for sure, and not just for her kids.
No, for every one of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Danny says we had a friend that moved to Florida due to high school baseball program.
Sure.
So does that apply, Danny? Does that apply in Florida? Say we move from Alabama to Florida, do we have to sit out a year if we move to Florida?
No.
Or we move to Bay Minette, or not Bay Minette, but we move to I don't know, Dothan, and my kid drives an hour across the line to Florida to play. How does that affect them? They have to sit?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Does every state have a governing body for athletics?
That I'm aware of. Yeah.
Or do they have a governing body that's through their board of education?
No. It's a statewide. If you have the statewide tournaments.
Okay.
Thanks for watching, Bailey.
Bailey's saying, "Dad, shut up! Don't talk about this anymore."
That's exactly what you're
Is the association protecting kids? They protecting the game, or are they hurting them?
It's supposed to be protecting the
It's not
integrity of the
intentional.
game.
I don't believe Harmon or any of these guys doing intentional stuff. I don't think that's to hurt children. But there's a driving force behind it, right? What is that? Give me the Jerry White answer, because I need the Jerry White answer.
I don't know that I know. I'll find out. I'll find out. I'll certainly ask the questions. I'll text Heath and see if he wants to make a statement, which I'm sure he won't. I can text Barkley. Not that he's going to respond to me.
Well, I mean, you kind of messed it up in the hallway a few years ago, so right or no?
No, that wasn't him.
Oh,
yeah, but
could have been him though.
It could be him tomorrow, and all his brothers.
His brothers. God, his name's Dave. He's got a lot of brothers. Do you think the school choice vouchers give families better educational opportunities? Do you think that's true or no?
Say it one more time.
Do you think that school vouchers give children better education opportunities?
Absolutely.
Isn't that what it's for?
Sure, absolutely. I think that is the intent, and I think the athletics is a byproduct. Some people, the athletics is the main product, but I think the way it was written, the way it was set apart, was supposed to be about getting from low performing school systems
Hmm.
to higher performing school systems. Get your kids in school systems with more opportunities athletically and academically. And that includes the arts and the different things. Like, say you got someone proficient in a different language. I know Gadsden City offers several different language
Okay.
opportunities and
Okay.
classes:
I didn't know that.
German, French, most everybody has Spanish and French,
Sure. Yeah.
um, Mandarin,
We had a French class.
French fry.
Go ahead.
Um, so I think there's, if your kid is wants to go down that aspect, Gadsden City is a great opportunity, right? Because they offer those classes that your high school doesn't, and a
Uh,
smaller high school has less funds, right? So they offer less stuff,
right.
right?
Right. And let's be fair. There are a lot of times that it's not about school academics. What if your kid is not proficient or adequately equipped mentally to excel academically? Okay, but they're gifted in volleyball,
Hmm.
and they can jump through the building. They can spike the ball like nobody. They can jump serve like anybody else's business, or they have the ability to dig a ball up and set, get back up and set it, and they're just proficiently
Yeah.
and incredible at volleyball. But academically, they just can't get there. Do they have to be? Why are they punished? That's my question. Why
Why?
are they punished?
Why are they? Because
Yeah.
you have to have certain academic standards to be able to participate in these.
Well, okay, well, now think about it this way. Why don't
Yeah.
you put it on the flip side? Why don't you say, okay, if you're going to govern us and we're giving you this money and you're getting whatever legislation money, whatever, and these kids can't afford to move, but they deserve to be in a school with athletics, a school that they can thrive in what they're proficient in or they're excellent in. Why are we not giving money back to these schools to prop up these athletic programs to give them every opportunity to succeed, just like we are with French, just like we are with math clubs, or just like we are with agriculture clubs? Why are we not pouring back into the schools and making everybody equal across the board? Why are we not making Saxes equal with Oxford? Why are we not making Anniston equal with Southside? Why are so? Where's the divide here?
Well,
Why?
each school system is its own entity, right? So,
Yeah, but
it, but it
then
is.
they should govern themselves.
I don't disagree. But if you're looking for, how do I put this? A state championship in
Okay.
football, right,
Mhm.
has to be controlled by the same governing body to be sure all the rules are set forth.
Okay.
You know these school systems are not going to give up control of their education. They're going to give up control of their education funds.
No.
City of Itala is not going to let Dr. Allen Cosley control what they do.
No.
So it's never going to happen.
Shouldn't.
No, it shouldn't happen.
No.
But if you choose to play in the state athletic association, you have to follow those rules. You're paying for them to follow the rules.
But here's my deal. What I understand that, and I get you. But why cannot the state board of education have a governing body within inside of its organization? They have all the money in the world. Why can they not say, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to dissolve the Alabama High School Athletic Association, and we're going to absorb you into the Alabama State Board of Education, and we're going to make sure the oversight is fair for everybody.
Do they have the power to dissolve the high school association?
They have the power to tell the schools, if you're going to receive our funds, that you're going to have to
Withdraw
abide by
funds?
our rules.
It's a great conversation.
Hmm. Deanna says city schools do govern. They do govern themselves, but to Jerry's point, you if we're all going to play together, and Atala's governing Atala, and Etowah's governing Etowah, Gaston's governing Etowah, you got to have something that pulls you guys together and says, okay, we got to abide by the same rules
Correct.
as we're playing one another. Wow.
And she's not wrong. I mean, this is
No.
again. We hope this is a conversation starter that we're going to have several more of and have people on that understand the insides and outs much more than me. We're going to have Mac Butler on.
Yeah.
He was a big proponent in this. We're going to have, hopefully it goes well, we'll have Will Ainsworth with us within the next month. Maybe we'll have Nathaniel on as well.
I would love that.
So we're going to try to go as deep as we can or high level as we can to bring these people in here. That way, it's just not pure speculation and candor on our part.
The one thing that I'm excited about is sitting down with people to have passionate conversations with, because you're talking about children's babies or people's babies, or
Right.
people's children. And this ought to be a passionate debate. This ought to be something that everybody gets
Sure.
involved in, even grandparents, aunts, and uncles. This affects every single body for a long time.
Coach Short, good comment. You can't cross the Georgia line now and still live in Alabama and
Right.
play. You have to have a Georgia driver.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I see that. I feel that.
Boy, what a passionate debate all this is. A lot of questions out there. So just you and I sitting here for the last 45 minutes, we have thrown up things and even said things that you and I both neither heard. You know, I heard something you said that I've never heard or thought about an angle. You made the statement, I've never thought about that. I mean, I think that comes from everybody, and
Sure.
you sit down and have intelligent conversations, and then try to figure this thing out for the betterment of the kids. Danny Starr says equal comes from schools competing for funding, not equal funding. Wow.
I see. Good comment.
Danny's a smart fellow, man.
He is.
Yeah. Sometimes he's smart of it.
And I appreciate that.
I do like
I'm
it.
here for those statements.
All right, Jerry White. This conversation's not over with.
Oh no, just beginning, and we'll have Shelnut on.
Oh, he could speak to that side of it for us.
No question.
Yeah. We'll have to get a close-up cam ready for him.
Just for him.
He's got to have his own. Yeah.
Got to get more lights.
Yeah, more lights. More lighting.
Again, thank you, Joey Statham, our big ticket giveaway. Thank you, Joey Statham, for mayor. That election is coming September 23rd. If you live in the city of Southside, vote Joey Statham. He's asking for your vote. I appreciate the fact he's asking.
Absolutely.
So he gave away his 2 Alabama tickets for Saturday's game, and that winner is Ray Freeman.
The man.
Don't wreck the forklift.
Congratulations, too, buddy.
And we'll get some pictures of that out soon. So
thank you to all of our sponsors. It's been so fun. Showdown Varner, attorneys at law. Thank you guys for anything you need. When you're needing someone on your side, I can attest they're on your side.
No question.
They will absolutely fight for you. Trent Thrasher Construction, our buddy in construction. What a fun guy he is.
Dude, he's the dude.
Etowah County Sheriff's tip line. If you see something and you think it's suspicious, you call the tip line. Twin City Used Cars. They're putting dreams in driveways. Isn't that what you used to say, Jerry?
They're selling cars like candy bars.
Woo! Picnic at River Rocks Landing. Go get you that Russ Propst burger. I heard it's pretty freaking good. Jerry's going today.
The Propst patty.
That's good.
Come on now.
Propst patty. Work on that, would you? The Propst patty. And also River Rocks Landings Resort and Venue. Give them a call for anything that you need. If you need a place to just go get away for the weekend, give them a shout. They got tiny homes, campers, everything out there to rent. Swimming pool with the infinity edge on it.
Incredible.
I get jealous every time I drive over the bridge. I'm like, darn, man.
You stop and look every time?
No, I can't stop. You get run over out there. These people driving gas and are crazy.
I got good peripherals.
Good peripherals. So go out there. Hey, also the venue too there. If you have an event, something you think, man, it's just our event's too big, they've got the facilities to take care of you out there at River Rocks Landing. Thank you guys, man. Thanks, Jared. We were going to do a 15, 20-minute show today, and now it turned into 50 stinking minutes.
I blame the people.
Yeah.
All those great comments.
You guys are awesome. They're still blowing up comments. We're going to have to go back and look. Stay close, stay clean.